And again, welcome to the Economic Development Commission's Awards Luncheon and Celebration Luncheon. We'll try to have you out of here in the next 35-40 minutes, but do appreciate everyone's attendance again and your attention. For over 3 years now, Dawn Weiss, our Executive Administrative person at the EDC, has answered the phone, answered every EDC phone call with, "It's a good day to do business in Caldwell County." Well, it finally happened. Tuesday, February 17, 2015 was not a good day to do business in Caldwell County. That was the originally scheduled date of this celebration luncheon, as we all know, and if you need to be reminded, you can just look at our program that talks about Tuesday, February 17th. But we're glad that you're here today, and it did finally happen. Dawn finally told a little stretch that we ran into a day that wasn't good. But today is a good day to do business in our county, although we've got April showers today, as evidenced by your attendance. It is a very good day to be here. As Randy said, we're blessed to be living and working in Caldwell County. Before we recognize and honor the class of 2014, there are some special folks that I would like to recognize. As good as the EDC staff is, they can't do it without money. So it would be appropriate, of course, to recognize the source of our funding first, and that is our county commissioners. I'm going to do some quick math. We've got all 5 here today. And Ann makes that table look a little bit better by her presence, but you've heard from Chairman Church and Vice Chairman Branch and Donnie Potter and Mike LaBrose and Clay Bollinger also with us. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Stan Kaiser, I know Stan's here, County Manager. I spoke to Stan. He's in the back there. And also, if all the mayors, council persons, staff of the city of Lenoir and other municipalities in the county would just briefly stand so we can recognize you, please. And I'm going to clap for our county commissioners, too. I didn't ask them to stand. Our partners at NC Works and Caldwell Community College, the EDC, could not do what they do on a daily basis without the wonderful partnership between those 3 organizations. So if you're with NC Works or the Community College, please stand. Our EDC board, we had a brief board meeting prior to our luncheon today, and I thank these men and women very much for their dedication and commitment, all on a volunteer basis to our community. If those board members are here, please stand and be recognized. And last but certainly not least, our EDC staff. I mentioned Dawn, but Dawn Weiss, Paul Teague, Bobby White, and Deborah Murray. We thank you for the wonderful job you do each and every day. Please stand. Now I'd like to call on Ann Smith and Lee Layton, fellow board members, to do the class of 2014. Ann and Lee.
Lee and I are proud to present the class of 2014. And when we call your name, could you please raise your hand so that we can recognize you? A. McGee Wood Products. A. McGee Wood Products is a manufacturer of wood pallets. They were awarded a North Carolina Department of Commerce building renovation grant in order to make renovations to a 40,000 square foot facility. The expansion allowed the company to add 20 new jobs, and A. McGee has been in business in Caldwell County for 17 years. Excella Pharma Sciences. Thank you for being here. Excella continues to build momentum, and in 2013, they celebrated a ribbon cutting at their new facility. Excella is a manufacturer of generic injectable ophthalmic, it's a hard word for me to say, and inhalation pharmaceuticals. They added additional space in 2014 for manufacturing with the acquisition of a building on Morganton Boulevard. And they have had steady growth since they arrived in Lenoir in 2008, nearly tripling its workforce in the past 7 years.
I'd like to recognize Bernhardt Furniture Company. Thank you. And they are here. Bernhardt's one of our largest private employers in the county. Last year, they celebrated 125 years of continuous production in our county. They reopened last year one of the plants in Cages Mountain, and now they're in the 4th generation of family-owned leadership. This company is poised for continuous development and expansion in the furniture industry, and we thank them. Merchant Distributors Incorporated, MDI. Do we have anyone from MDI? Well, MDI is our largest private employer in the county, employing over 1,700 people. In 2014, they started a $20 million investment in the facility, so they're going to be continuing to add jobs as part of this expansion.
Automated Solutions. 3 years after moving into their operations in sawmills, Automated Solutions announced plans to expand again by adding another 8 jobs. They are the manufacturer of packaged products and technical equipment, and they have more than doubled their workforce. The company continues to expand its customer base and product offerings. Menlo Logistics. Menlo Logistics is a Lenoir-based supply chain management company, and they plan to add 6 full-time jobs through a local jobs incentive, nearly 50% of an increase in the workforce. The company provides significant industries in Caldwell County services and has added new customers as a fourth-party logistics operation.
And we'd like to also recognize JBS USA. Do we have anybody from JBS? Yes, we do. All right. This is a Colorado-based company that is managing the Alex Lee case-ready meat processing plant here in Lenoir. They plan to invest $2 million in the facility, adding 100 jobs, and that's part of a 300-job expansion, so thank you for that. And then Adhesive Biomedical. Adhesive Biomedical. Adhesive Biomedical is a Pennsylvania-based medical device company. They've been in Granite Falls since 2002. They make surgical wound management and infection protection technologies, and some of these things are hard to say, Ann. And they plan to double their current workforce.
Heritage Home Group. Heritage Home Group assumed the assets of Furniture Brands at the end of 2013 and later said it planned to shift 255 furniture jobs to Caldwell County. Wood Grain Millwork. Wood Grain was formally welcomed to Caldwell County with a ribbon cutting at its new facility on Complex Street in 2014. Wood Grain is headquartered in Fruitland, Idaho. They manufacture wood molding products that are available at home improvement retailers, and they're the largest supplier of wood molding products for Home Depot. They are celebrating their 60th anniversary beginning in 2014. If I were them, I'd celebrate it this year too. And they ultimately plan to create 170 full-time jobs in Caldwell County.
And then Associated Hardwoods. Have anybody from Associated? Thank you. In 2014, Associated Hardwoods bought the old Newton Transportation Facility in Hudson. So they'll be expanding there with a $2 million investment, adding about 28 employees to the existing workforce of around 100. And then we have Timber Wolf Forest Products. This is a family-owned business over here. They've been operating in Hudson for 16 years. They make wood components and some for the furniture industry. They plan to add 16 jobs to the existing workforce of around 27.
Okay, I have one more, Lee. Baker's Waste Equipment. Baker's Waste received its formal welcome to Caldwell County in 2014 at a manufacturing site off of Norwood Street. They are now located in a former furniture manufacturing facility. They have used that additional space to expand their operations and hire additional employees. The company manufactures a range of industrial and commercial disposal bins and compactors. They employ well over 125 people in Caldwell County.
Okay, then last but not least is Carolina Locust. Carolina Locust located in Sawmills in 2014. This is a lumber processing facility, and then they also make some custom finished products. But they are in the process of hiring 20 employees for the plan and have future plans. So we'd like to thank all of these plants and facilities for what they've done in Caldwell County.
Thank you, Lee and Ann. We appreciate your time to welcome these folks to our community and congratulate them on their successes and their expansion. We got away from this phrase industry appreciation a few years ago because we wanted to celebrate the successes of growth and business and people in Caldwell County. But you know what? It's still industry appreciation. And to all of you who are in Caldwell County industry, we don't want to just appreciate you. We want to thank you, celebrate you, brag on you, and that's really what today is all about. As you just heard, many Caldwell companies formally announced growth and expansion in 2014. It represented 659 new jobs to be created and $73.5 million of new private investment. We celebrate the formal public commitments that these companies have made to grow and expand here. So would you please, one more time for all of them, help me congratulate them for their growth and expansion in Caldwell County this past year. Economic development's a marathon. The start is exciting, but it's really all about the long haul and the eventual finish. You might liken today's celebration or the individual press release of a jobs announcement to a starting line. We celebrate those because of their commitment, because of preparation, because of investment, training, and the willingness to let us in on the race. But once the starting gun goes off, the race is different for each and every company. They run their races each with a unique fitness, leadership, pace, support, and challenges. And then, of course, all along the way, each faces the ups and downs of terrain, plus external factors, global factors, the economy, government, competition, and so many, many more things. During the last several years, we've been witness to some great starts. We've celebrated 3 years in a row of economic development, diversification, record jobs, and investment announcements, all in Caldwell County. And now that we have a couple of years under our belt, we're starting to see something else. Great finishes, or at least mile markers passing, so that we can measure where we are. In 2014, we celebrated ribbon cuttings. Some represented new industry. One was new construction. Several meant new life at plants that had been dark for quite a long time. They included celebrations at Wood Grain Millwork, Excella, Carolina Locust, Baker's Waste Equipment, and Adhesion Biomedical. Industry new private investment has been strong and on the rise. From 2012 to 2014, Caldwell's property tax base grew by more than $300 million. And in 2014, and still today, unemployment rates dropped to the lowest levels since the early 2000s. In 2014, and still today, industry growth has created more jobs and more opportunity than has been available in decades. Now, let me take a break. I want to ask you a question. All of you who are in this room, who have jobs available within your company, even if you're all from the same company, would you please raise your hands? Please do not let it be said that there are no jobs available. There are lots of jobs and opportunities available. Last but not least, Caldwell County moved from a North Carolina Tier 1 to a Tier 2 county this past December. Now, thank you. It isn't just about what's in our immediate rearview mirror, because that's we've celebrated. It's taken us a while to celebrate 2014, snow and all. But this is about our future. Caldwell County young people and adults have more opportunity today and more potential for upward mobility and financial success in Caldwell County than they've ever had before. The best jobs and the best futures do not all lie outside of the county line. And these accomplishments are the direct results of the growth and expansion of Caldwell County industry. All of you folks who are here, who have participated and helped and supported and cheerleaded, this is all based on your efforts. We know that you could have chosen, and we say this often, you could have chosen anywhere in the world to come, but you came to Caldwell County. And we are so forever glad, and we thank you for these great opportunities that your business's expansion and development has brought to Caldwell County. Thank you very much. We'll turn this over to Mr. Bob Floyd. I'll let you get that.
Thank you, Deborah. It's quite a list of accomplishments in 2014 that we can all be proud of. It's my special privilege today to be able to present the Herman Anderson Award. Most of you in here probably know Herman Anderson. I would say he's one of the heroes of Caldwell County. For many years in his role at Blue Ridge Electric as an economic developer, he recruited business and industry into this county and provided jobs, and sometimes was the lone voice in the wilderness. But we can, I think it is a very special honor to receive the Herman Anderson Award. And it's my special privilege this year to present this award to William Howard. It's special because William's my friend and colleague. We also have a lot of common interest, Civil War history, top shelf bourbon whiskey, college football, although some's red and some's a little powder blue, right? But we also both come from a retail family. William's family, everyone knows, his grandfather and his father were icons in the Belk department stores here in all the locations in Lenore. My dad was the manager of Collins department store. It doesn't exist anymore, but so we have that in common, and our fathers also had something in common, and that was a complete disregard for the child labor laws in North Carolina. As William knows, on Saturdays and when your friends were going to the movies and playing baseball, we were running layaways, it was called. So you had an early exposure to economic development on the ground level. If people didn't have jobs, they couldn't come into your store and buy merchandise, right? So William, in his adult life, has been involved in every area that's important to economic development in this county. To recruit business and industry and to retain and make your current industry and to keep your quality of life where you want it to be, you have to have good health care, you have to have education, and William has served on the board of the hospital. I think you're starting another term now, and has served previously as a chair of that board. Also served on the Chamber of Commerce board, the Community College Foundation board, the Governor's School Board in the education field. Tremendous amount of service in all things that are important to economic development. William's role at at Bernhardt and their HR area. He's certainly involved in workforce development, which is so important, as all of us know now. His latest term on the EDC, I know you have had several terms on the EDC board, but William, under his watch on the EDC board, we have made great progress. I think starting in maybe 2010, when unemployment was in double digits, William was one of the innovators and the driving force behind Caldwell is hiring. And that event in and of itself has provided jobs for so many in this county. And I think we've had 9 of those events and have another one coming up into this month. All right. So certainly appreciate your vision in that area. Under William's watch as chair, I have to read these numbers, William. So in July of 2012, unemployment in Caldwell County was 11.1%. And we had 4,254 people recorded as unemployed. Today, our unemployment rate is hovering a little around 6%, a little lower, a little higher, depending on the month you check it. And we have 2,122 unemployed. Quite a remarkable record that William's leadership has helped us to achieve that, along with the great efforts of the EDC staff and everyone else in this room that's contributed to that. So, William, if you would come up, please, let me present to you the Herman Anderson Award.
Sit down. Chairman Church said long speech. I probably ought to apologize to the Baptists for that top shelf bourbon remark first. I'll apologize, but I won't quit. Thank you, Bob. I'm not going to sit up here and rebuttal everything Bob said, but it's not powder blue, it's Carolina blue. Kind of weird sitting there. It's kind of like listening to your obituary, and so it's kind of chilling to go through that. And until this year, I'd always been impressed with the committee's selection for this award. And given the postponement of the luncheon, I think Mother Nature was even trying to get them to change their mind because I don't feel deserving. And I don't think my name deserves to be included among prior year's recipients because, quite honestly, I shudder to think what this community would be without their influence and contribution over the years. While I'm not sure of that, I am sure of 2 things, and I'll be brief. 1, the EDC's mission will continue to evolve over the next several years, a period of time that I believe is very critical for all of us. For a number of years, as Deborah very correctly pointed out, our primary mission was to retain and attract manufacturing and industrial companies. I believe, and I think many of us in this room would agree, that the EDC has done a very good job of that, as we have a number of formerly vacant buildings in our county that are now occupied by a host of new and expanding companies, employing our citizens in good-paying jobs. Several of those companies we recognized just a few minutes ago. Our next opportunity has been hit on several times today, and in many ways presents an even bigger challenge to us all, and that is workforce and development. I think Bob said that. Workforce development and training specifically. We must be better than our competitors, and that's defined as our neighboring counties. If you don't know who our competitors are, all of us in this room know who they are. They're not in this room, they're outside this room. In preparing our citizens by training them for the jobs that will be in demand during the next decade and beyond. These include the very same jobs that many of us in this room are having difficulty filling today. And we will continue to have difficulty filling them, and even greater difficulty filling them in the future as our workforce ages unless we intervene. If you agree to serve on a board such as the EDC or are fortunate enough to be elected to public office, I think we all share a responsibility to train our folks. We need to work together on a host of initiatives going forward to make our citizens better, stronger, and more prepared for what they face the next decade or so that our workforce is better because of our intervention. Secondly, I, like many of you in this room, have been blessed in this life with loving but demanding parents who expected me to get an education, go to work, well, get a job and go to work. And I didn't get to run layaways. That wasn't my first job. My first job was picking up trash and cleaning toilets at Belk on, let's see, West Avenue, where the county office is now. I'll show you where those bathrooms are. I worked them. Now I'm blessed to work for a family and a company that allows me the opportunity to give back to my community that I love so much and lets me work and volunteer my time at functions such as the EDC. Finally, I'm most blessed to have a wonderful wife in Denise that simply makes me a better person every day, and a father of 2 sons that couldn't make me any prouder. One of which, Ross, is here today. He's a police officer with Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department, and thanks for taking a day off to be with your old man. Again, I'm not sure I deserve to be included in the names that have received this award before, but I'm honored to be so. Thank you very much. Where's Dr. Dana Clark? Come up here, sir. Can't see Dana much anymore. He's lost so much weight, I can't see him.
A variety of emotions have been expressed about being here today. My emotion is one of relief, because I teach at Appalachian State. Graduation is in 3 weeks. The parents are getting ready to cut the money off, and there's terror in Boone right now. Okay? Terror. It is my very real privilege to present the 2014 Industry of the Year Award. And to do that, I would like to introduce you to, or if you will, reintroduce you to the Sealed Air Corporation. For more than 2 decades, this company has been a part of the Caldwell County manufacturing sector at not just 1, but 2 locations. With more than 160 employees, the business is a part of a global leader in protective packaging, food preservation, and healthcare applications. Overall, this publicly traded company has 25,000 full-time employees, a worldwide reach into 175 countries, and listen to this, a market valuation of, Paul, how much? It was 8.5. What is it now? It's about 9.5. What a great first quarter. Right, in 2 months, okay? This success story began 58 years ago when 2 men were seeking to create a new type of wall covering by laminating plastic sheets with air bubbles in the middle. Although their plan for interior decor did not catch on, the men Alfred Fielding and Mark Chavans realized the value of the lightweight insulating material. They had created what we now refer to as bubble wrap. And in 1960, the Sealed Air Corporation was founded. In recent years, the local Sealed Air sites in Lenoir and Hudson have undertaken 3 expansion projects, creating nearly 50 well-paying jobs and investing over $13 million in machinery and equipment. The company sets a high standard as an employer, investing in the growth, development, and education of all employees from the rank and file to the executive. And as a result, Sealed Air maintains a highly qualified, growing employment base and experiences, and we all live this next one, unusually low turnover. As a company, Sealed Air was instrumental in the preservation of Caldwell County's rail service, partnering with the county, the city of Lenoir, and the railroad to develop the transload facility now serving Lenoir industry and any others who wish to use it. Currently located in the city of its origin, Elmwood Park, New Jersey, the Sealed Air Corporation announced last year that it would be moving its corporate headquarters to Charlotte. The shift means an estimated 1,300 jobs to Mecklenburg County and further solidifies Sealed Air's business relationship in North Carolina. The corporation was named to Fortune's 2014 World's Most Admired Companies, ranking #1 in packaged containers. In recognition of its past and ongoing success in Caldwell County, along with the prospects for additional economic importance in the years to come, the Sealed Air Corporation is the recipient of the 2014 Industry of the Year Award. The corporation's overarching focus is to reimagine the world as we know it and make it a better place to live. The Sealed Air has certainly done that and more in Caldwell County.